Howdy peeps, welcome back to the channel for another bad video. I forgot my notes again. Same trip as Wilby Church, so no notes for either. And I can't got no reception on my phone out here, so yeah. Anyway, so where is here, chap? Where are you? You appear to be in the absolute middle of nowhere. And yeah, I pretty much am. This is Eccles in Norfolk. Again, just to the south of Attleborough. And here we are at the Church of the Virgin Mary. I believe, if I remember from taking my notes this morning and doing my research, that this window came from, is it St Martin's? No, it might be a church in Southwark in London. Anyway, I got moved to here in the 60s, so slight change of pace. It was either here or Wilby, one of them that happened. And another standout, although you might not think it, is the cast iron fence that runs all the way around the yard. It shouldn't be here because all the metal fences were supposed to be gathered up in World War II and used to build tanks and guns and things like that. Obviously this one didn't. Now the main thing this church is actually kind of famous for, we're coming up to, and that is it's one of very few round tower churches left in Norfolk. There weren't a whole lot of them anyway, and the round tower is a definite dating to the Saxon times. As usual, we're not going to go looking at all the gravy stones. Yeah, that sounds wrong, doesn't it? Sounds like a problem you get when you eat too much gravy, but there we go. We can see the original parts in the flint and mortar, which if the camera can actually see it through the light. The parapet section is a later addition, being in brick and mortar. Now, interesting point about Eccles. This isn't the Eccles where the cakes come from. This isn't the Eccles by the sea either, which disappeared and all that is left is the church. But it is taken as a name, I believe, from the Latin ecclesia, which does actually mean church. And yes, we do have some rather lovely buttresses. These ones are quite sweet and small, so I'm gonna hug a buttress. Oh, there we go. Excuse me. Any day you hug a buttress is a good day. And so we are literally in the middle of Norfolk farmland, right out in the sticks. I haven't actually checked the door yet to see if it's open, but there we go. And you can tell it's old because of the size of the yew trees. Absolutely massive. Should we check the door and see if we're open? Or should we finish the lap around? We'll check the door, see whether things are open or not. Ooh. Ooh. Close your bugger. Here we go. We got it. Apologies for swearing. Have the royal coat of arms up there. Some in for Massillon. The bells were restored and rehung by bell ringers in the Quidnam group of parishes to commemorate the 400th anniversary of the tenor bell, which was cast in AD 1587, rededicated by the Venerable Peter Dawson, MA, Archdeacon of Norfolk, on Advent Sunday 29th November, Anno Domini 1987, and a whole bunch. Treble, yeah, I'll leave it. And this is becoming fairly common these days in smaller local village churches. They double as a bit of a library. You can donate books, buy books. It's always a good thing to see. See if there's anything I want. I know, I really probably shouldn't be seeing if there's any I want to buy while I'm filming. There we are. Oh, jigsaws, are they complete? Oh, we have some of the priest's vestments hanging up. Obviously we're not going to actually touch anything. It's a very calm, quiet, peaceful feeling church, and I am picking up on something. Oh, as we're in the church, we have to, it's only right that we get the memorials for the First World War. So, I mean, for what is a tiny hamlety village, there's still a lot of people. Oh. And we have a rolling history. That runs us through Canute William the Conqueror, Herbert de la Singer, Richard T. Lionheart. It's kind of ridiculous to think that some of these churches were built before the Crusades. Richard Nix. Oh. Thomas, a priest of Norwich, was burned at Eccles, who carried on sharp hurdles for penance. Eek. Ket's rebellion. Men of will be joined. In 1730, the South Isle was demolished. The Enclosures Act moved the road. Whole Eccles Manor belonged to Sir Thomas Beaver Bart. Cool name. 1840, the railways. Yes, maybe a tiny little village, but there is a railway station here. Oh, Mr. Balls restored the part of the tower. Oh, as we look up, we got your standard arched ceiling. Hatch up to guessing what might have previously been a window. It's all very pretty. There is a definite feeling in here. I say obviously you don't always see it. Oh, I will learn how this GoPro works eventually, I promise. I've got a thing where screens don't like my fingers. So we have a rather large Jesus, and I'm guessing Mary and Joseph. We have a female and a male either side. I do apologise, but my religious knowledge isn't the best. The organ, and no, I'm not going to sit down and play in a Gada Davida. The hanging thingies, pulpit. And yes, I am absolutely covered in green fly because, yeah. So we have Reverend William Green, died 1799. A very Reverend Coleman Miller, Dean of Chichester and Rector of Wynfard and West Saxon, 1814. The Dean of Chichester is a fairly big thing. Anne Miller, Reverend Miller's wife. I don't want to say very plain, it's not plain, it's not as fancy as some, but I do have the stained glass, which is always lovely to look at. So it's a very small, comfortable feeling church. It feels accepting. There are no other live people around, but I'm definitely not on my own here. You have a piscina, a double piscina, piscinae. I'm being very careful how I say that. We have the classic black and red tiled floor. Memorial to Samuel Birch, Holiday Agro Staffordiense, Agus Oxon College Pembroke Ducatus. Sorry, I do kind of have to read Latin out loud. If you can work out the date, MDCCXX VIR or XXXII, so that's 1000. Yeah. It's been an interesting day. So the decorated back of the cross and the figures. We won't linger too long on the Virgin Mary's, but a very 1970s carpet. But hey, that's also very comforting to see. And as we come back into the pews, which do look to be fairly new, we've got this lovely old brick floor. And we're going to leave and go outside and hope that the door shuts behind us properly. Back into the sunlight. There we go, that got it. Now we can go back down this side of the church. We'll go this way. We'll leave this back around again through the centuries old yew trees. I do remember reading somewhere that the trees marking out the driveway, which is ones with all the white blossom on, are all planted by, I'm sorry, I can't remember the name. Oh, little door. door for very small people. Because I'm taller than the door is, and there's a 6-inch step. Anyway. Yeah, but the trees were planted for the Festival of Great Britain, whenever that was. So there we go. That's the Church of the Virgin Mary in Eccles. On a glorious late spring day in Norfolk. And yes, that's how big the skies are around here. You can see for miles. But anyway, hope you've enjoyed. Hope I haven't waffled and rambled and pointed the camera at too much rubbish. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Anything else you'd like me to visit. Peace out. Yeah, rock on. Bye bye.